American Senior Communities offers some unique therapies to residents. One of those being an infection preventionist. Chris is here to tell us about what that position is. Now, you're at Betz Nursing Home, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And that one is in
Auburn.
Auburn. I started to say that, and then I thought, oh no, what if I'm wrong? It's in Auburn. Let's talk about what that position is. What does an infection preventionist do?
Mainly, I spend a lot of time learning and implementing, educating the staff on a lot of the guidelines from the CDC, the ISDH, related to vaccinations, different types of infections that we're up against, and of course, COVID-related things.
I was going to say, I'll bet your position has been pretty busy in the last year, particularly.
Very busy, very, very busy.
Let's talk about how that position, how what you do helps keep residents of Betz Nursing Home, and then at that position in all of the American Senior Communities, how that helps keep residents healthier and safer in their daily lives.
We start with on admission. We're tracking to look at whether they've had their flu shots, pneumonia vaccines, because that is a real issue in a community setting. And then as we go on, we look for different types of infections. We monitor temps. We monitor antibiotic usage to make sure that the antibiotics are used just justifiably versus just giving them to everybody, so that increases their risk of infection.
I think that sometimes we forget, if you just give everybody antibiotics, sometimes that can then make antibiotics when you need them not as effective.
Exactly. It creates a whole nother host of issues that we don't have antibiotics to fight necessarily. And so we want to try to fight against that so that they're not picking those things up and become sicker.
I will admit that when I was emailed what we were going to talk about today, I had never heard of an infection preventionist. I didn't have any idea what you did. Is this a unique thing that American Senior Communities has, this role?
This position just started in the last year, right alongside with COVID, because the amount of different guidelines and things that come down, it really takes one person to keep track of all of it and make sure that we're implementing the right things from the right group.
Well, you guys are having, I want to make sure I understand, COVID clinics that you've had at Betz. Tell me about those, what those entail.
We started, our first one was in February, and we were able to get all of our vaccinations done for our residents, started there. CVS, their long-term pharmacy, Omnicare combined, come in, and they've been administering the shots for our residents and for our staff as well.
That really makes a huge difference too, as far as then what your residents, the interaction they can have with family and friends, and it just makes such a difference in your entire community.
It does, because as we're getting everybody vaccinated, we're getting closer to opening and being able to have the families back in, and a lot of the interaction that the residents desperately need. So.
Absolutely, that'll make such a difference in there. I just feel like it's the perfect storm in a good way. The weather is changing. That makes a difference for people, being able to even get out on a patio or get outdoors at all. If they can see their family again, it's just going to make such a positive difference in all of their lives.
Absolutely. I think they get tired of staring at us every day, so
well,
we're
I'm sure
happy to have them.
It's not you. I mean, I'm sure they love staring at you.
Thank you.
What, in your position at Betz and with American Senior Communities, tell me what you like best about what you do.
My residents. I've been in long-term care for a lot of years, and it's just the residents. I meet some of the greatest people. I hear some of the greatest stories. I just couldn't beat life without them.
I think that says a lot about the kind of care that people are getting, the residents are getting at Betz Nursing Home and at all the American Senior Communities. The fact that you guys have this position, this infection preventionist, I'm just going to keep saying it because I think it's a really cool word. This infection preventionist position says a lot about the kind of care that people are getting at American Senior Communities. So if you are interested in American Senior Communities, making sure that you or your loved one has the best care they can receive, just check them out online, asccare.com. We'll be right back.